So hopefully you aren't sick of seeing all of the Seiko 5 GMT videos lately and can maybe stomach just one more. I wanted to do just a quick one for you guys today. I have in the orange version of the watch, and I think this is a watch that is deserving of all of the attention that it's been getting lately. The movement running the watch is going to be a game changer. I already know of at least two micro brands that have orders in for the movements. One of them actually has the watches completely made. They're just waiting on those movements. The world needed a good, affordable, automatic GMT movement, and we finally have one. So let's take a look at the watch. So I borrowed this watch from Gem Bijou, possibly permanently. We had all three models at the store, but the blue one, which is the one I was going to get, disappeared really quickly. They sold out very fast. Now that I've spent some time with the orange, I'm starting to think this might be the one now. Really, all three models, the blue, black, and orange, look great. Now, one thing I was really happy about with this release was the fact that it came on the good old Jubilee. It's slightly improved over the older SKX Jubilee. These center links are solid now. The SKX bracelet, these were hollow. Clasp is probably about the same quality. It's not an improvement by leaps and bounds or anything. It is still pretty jingly jangly, but it's a bracelet I just really like. It's about as comfortable as you can get with how it drapes around your wrist, and it just looks good on the watch too. The dial on this one is a vibrant sunburst orange. Definitely has those summery vibes. Up top, we have the applied Seiko lettering with the Seiko 5 logo. Then down and above the 6 is automatic GMT. Over at the 3, we have the date with date magnifier. I always liked the SKX 011 with the orange and gold accents and never ended up picking one up, but this is a pretty good way to get that sort of look. The hands are the same as the usual Seiko 5s, but of course we have that GMT hand now, which on this model is a black hand versus the red they use on the black and blue versions. The loom is Seiko loom, and it's pretty well what I expected. They don't mess around over there at Seiko when it comes to loom at all. It's solid, so zero problems reading the time in low light. As far as the movement goes, this is the 4R34. It is a 24 joule hacking and hand winding movement with a power reserve of approximately 40 hours. Winding action feels good. Pretty much a similar experience as the 4R36, other than the GMT complication. To set the GMT hand, you pull the crown out to the first position. Clockwise to set the GMT. Counterclockwise to set the date. We'll pull it out to the next position and we can set our time here. And push the crown in. It is just a push-pull crown like the other Seiko 5s. So it seems like a good solid movement, and I'm really excited to see what some of the micro brands come out with. I have two brands that have reached out that are sending watches to me for videos using the movement. One I can't mention yet, but the other is a new release from Vesuviet that looks very nice. I think that's being released in September, but I should have a prototype in soon. I'm excited that there's a decently affordable option now, and I'd expect quite a few brands to eventually come out with watches using it. All right, so little update here that happened just now. I just got an email from Vesuviet. I had asked him to send me some high-res images of their new release for this video. He did that, and he also let me know that he's sending out the prototype, or one of the prototypes, on Monday, so I'm getting it sooner than expected. It might be the very first micro brand to be using the new GMT movement, so that's pretty cool. Look out for that. Back to the Seiko, though, and other than the movement, a big difference between this and the three-hander Seiko 5s is the bezel. The bezel is using a Hardlex insert. This one has silver underneath for the daylight hours and black on the upper evening hours with gold markers to track a third time zone. The bezel is a friction bezel. It's got enough resistance that it shouldn't easily be bumped or accidentally turned. The one nice thing about it is you don't have to worry about alignment problems, so that's a bonus. Kind of wish it was sapphire too, and the crystal for that matter, but they are both hardlex. And here it is on my 7.25-inch wrist, and I don't know what it is, but I love these Seiko Jubilees. There was a point where I used to complain about my older SKX one, but it's just so comfortable. Cost-wise, these are $475 USD, $595 Canadian here north of the border, and I actually had a feeling these were going to be even more than that when these were first announced. Link to where you can find one at Gem Bijou will be below. Definitely a cool new release from Seiko, and on top of the micro brands that'll be using the new movement, I bet Seiko comes out with lots of new colors down the road too. So that is it. Appreciate you taking a few minutes to stop by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye.